Pretty sudden and pretty dramatic.
I always wanted to take the corner
and the moment is being recorded for posterity by many a mobile phone.
It's like a pop concert now, isn't it?
It is. If anything, it's even more atmospheric than it was before, but it's not ideal for playing football. Pretty close to half-time. A couple of minutes shy of it. And both sets of players, though we'll struggle to show you this, have gathered in groups on the halfway line, just in front of our commentary position on the gantry here. Some of them are having drinks, others tutorials with members of the coaching staff.
What you said, they were debt free.
It's all right, paying off millions of pounds worth of debt, but a couple of quid for the metre wouldn't go amiss. What the officials will be wanting now is some sort of guidance from those that are in charge of the stadium as to what the chances are of the lights coming back soon. It's not an everyday occurrence. And it's not, Chris, something that the players will welcome particularly.
No, we've just come to half-time as well.
I would have thought, bearing in mind that the lights have been off for a couple of minutes, the referee is reaching the stage where he has to take the players off. Kevin Friend. And his discussion with Rio Ferdinand. Patrice Evra in the middle there is Manchester United's captain for the day. The players are being ushered towards the cottage on the far side of the pitch. The lights disappeared 3 minutes short of the completion of the first 45. And even in the long managerial career of Sir Alex Ferguson, this is 1,482nd game in charge of Manchester United today. There's still room for the odd first, and that may well be what we have here. Let's try and find out a little more about the situation, the likelihood of the lights coming back on, what indeed has happened. Our reporter Rebecca Lowe is down in the tunnel.
I'm actually on the other side of the pitch at the moment, John. Just spoken to Michael Oliver, the fourth official. Not that you can see me anyway, but he tells me, of course, as all we know is that there's a floodlight failure. The security guy is the person who's given us the first amount of details. Michael Oliver is going to try and find more details. I'm going to follow the players across the pitch somehow, as long as I can see where I'm going, and we'll bring you more details when we can.
Well, thank you very much, Rebecca. That was helpful, wasn't it, of the security officer when Rebecca said, what's happened, and he said, well, the floodlights have failed.
Well, in the studio, John Barnes, Kevin Keegan and Craig Burley are reflecting on... Seen this before, gentlemen, down the years?
I can't remember.
KK, you've seen anything, haven't you?
Regular appearance at Scunthorpe United when I started. If we went 1-0 down early on, we had a guy around the back of the stand to switch them off. No, I've never seen it, to be honest with you. In all my games, I think been something like 1,600 games as manager and player. It hasn't ever happened to me.
Craig?
I think it's happened a few times. It's certainly happened in Scotland, that's for sure. And I've seen it happen before games, but it's a bit unusual at a Premier League ground, isn't it?
I always feel in this situation, you feel for the stadium staff. Well, there's a few coming back on anyway. Slowly but surely, you always feel for the stadium staff and the club electrician who'll be racing around trying to sort it all out.
I'm sure that floodlights, particularly Craven Cottage, is quite an old stadium. It's not as simple as flicking a switch and they come back on. I think it takes 15 minutes to half an hour to actually just get each one of those lamps back up and they come back on again. But it's a bit of a shame because it was a fantastic game. You have to say it was a great game. Fulham were doing okay. Man United, it's real end-to-end stuff, so it really was entertaining. So hopefully we can come back and play the last 3 minutes of the half.
But slowly but surely, they're on the way back. So having gone off, which the referee was correct to do so, and now they're going to come back on any minute now, and then they'll play to the end of the half, and then they'll go off again.
Yeah, not difficult, really.
Exactly.
Come out, have a bit of a stretch, play the couple of minutes, then bash off for a cup of tea again. Play the couple of minutes, then bash off for a cup of tea again. Then bash off for a cup of tea again. Then bash off for a cup of tea again. Bash off, bash off, bash off, bash off, then bash off for a cup of tea again.
Way there, but here they come again.
That's nothing, is it?
There was a time, if you were a Fulham fan, you saw those lights go out, you'd have thought, oh, they haven't paid the bills. And that's when, you know, Mr. Fayed came on the scene, and where the club is today, you're surprised it happened. Probably, if you go back just a few years, it wouldn't be such a big surprise, because there was a problem paying the bills for this club. Tells you how far they've come.
Well, it's a bit like a concert, wasn't it? It was like sort of when all the camera, when all the camera phones are going off. Pretty atmospheric.
We sound as if we've never seen lights go out before.
Well, we've got to talk about something for a few minutes.
I'm saying this.
The older players, right, will feel it, because you have a little bit of a break, you come back out, you'll be a little bit stiff, you know. But the younger ones, they won't bother. But there's quite a lot of players over 33 on this pitch wouldn't mind another warm-up.
I mean, the good thing is only about 2-3 minutes to go. Had this happened with 15 minutes to go, and then you've been off for 15 minutes. So I think they can just struggle through for the older ones can struggle through for the last 3 or 4 minutes. They'll be fine.
Yeah. The perils of playing professional football, hey?